Okay, let's see. Let's go here. All right. I'm going to be doing a live podcast, and I have no viewers yet, so we'll wait for a couple. All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Yarn Journey Crochet podcast. I am your host, Holly. I live in Virginia with my husband, my 2 kids, my cat, and my dog. I'm doing a live podcast. Hi, Lacey. So because I don't want to deal with the technical difficulties of my computer lately, and hopefully next podcast I will be able to film on my new camera that I got. Hello. So yes, let's get started. I will be doing this like a normal podcast, but I will occasionally say hi or answer any questions, so it isn't forever long. Hi. Okay, so first FO. We'll start with FOs because I only have one, and it's this little guy. So this is the Rainbow Fox, Cupcake the Rainbow Fox. Emma had to have a fox, and she had to have it rainbow. So I made her a rainbow fox. I used the fox pattern by Lacey, by Hooked on Owls podcast. That totally came out weird, but yeah, she has the Hooked on Owls podcast, and I used the rainbow. Thank you. The rainbow is I love this cotton in Brights, I believe it is. And I just used white acrylic because I didn't have any white cotton at the moment. And this is Craft Smart White. And yes, she is adorable. Cupcake. She's been giving like her animals some really weird, funky names. And she was like, let's name it Cup Lala. And I'm like, how about Cupcake? So yes, that is the first FO, which is my only FO at the moment. So we'll get into whips. So I am doing the Knitted Knockers cowl by, which is hosted by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and I have made one. I am like gung-ho to get these done, which this yarn is part of my hoarding section, but I wanted to get these done, and the pattern, although it's a really simple pattern, for some reason my brain is just like, no, we're not doing this. So like my stitch count is way off in the back, and if you can see, like one side is way longer than the other two, and like I don't even know what happened. But I am making, this is the B size. They said that the most requested are B's and C's, so I figured I was hoping I could get a B and a C in each color that I bought. So that would be 12 pairs of knitted knockers. I don't know if I can get it done. I hope I can. So this is, okay, hold on. I forgot what it is. This is Knit Picks Comfy Fingering in Ivory. I got a whole bunch of these. So I have 2 of each ball, and I think this is the one I used. Yeah, so this is the one I used, and I made 1 knitted knocker, and I still have a lot left. So I'm thinking I could get 2 of the C cup and B cup size. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And if my brain wants to cooperate and actually do it. Next will be, you know, I'm not separating my knitting and crochet anymore. You know, it's just one of those things that I do both at this point now. So yeah. This is Emma's sock. I have a hoe. I have one whole sock, which has a lot of issues. They fit her, but I think I made the heel way, way too long. Like this heel flap is crazy long. But I was kind of referencing the Rye pattern by Tin Can Knits. And this is how the striping came up. I love the way the striping is working out. It is so pretty. Like I may want some for me. But I still have an issue with all the like muddied colors. It's just driving me bananas. Now, I don't know if I just got a bad skein from Baby B or if this is typical for them. I am not sure. So I just did a 1x1 rib. I did 16 rows. And then I don't know how long. I just did it until I was like, okay, let's start the heel flap. And like I said, this is a heel flap and gusset construction, which like I said, I don't think I did this right. Because as you can see, there's no like actual like decrease. I mean, I decreased, but I don't think I did enough. So, and I made it way too long because my gusset is like huge. I had to start like decreasing a lot. What is it made of? Oh, this is Baby B. It is a Hobby Lobby yarn, and it is in the colorway Sprinkles. It's their baby. What? Oh man, I don't have it. I forgot to grab it. It's Baby B, Sweet Delight Prints, and Sprinkles. That's what this is. And I used 2.75 DPNs to do this. Yes. Next up, something that I just started last night because on a whim, I was like, let's make a blanket. So I started this, which is the Cloudberry Blanket by Johanna Lindahl. It is a 6-sided, so it's a hexagon, I believe. A hexagon blanket, and it is super cute. Like, it's going to be really lacy, and I'm loving it so far. I mean, I did this literally, like, sitting on the couch for maybe 40 minutes, which is kind of a long time, but I also was getting up and down and stuff. So, and I am using, which is another hoarding, because I am impatient and couldn't wait to show you. You're welcome. This is Lion Brand Mandala in Wood Nymph, and the colors are kind of blowing out. They're like very pretty lavenders and lilacs, and this pretty bold pink and a dusty pink. And I figured I have just been in the mood, and I wanted to make something for my husband's grandma. She is in a assisted living facility because her dementia has gotten pretty bad. So it's not safe for her to live on her own. And I just want to make her something that's going to bring her some happiness, you know? How awesome is this cup? It's actually not that intricate of lace. It's just a lot of, I mean, it's really not once you start the pattern, you're like, oh, this is super simple. It is not hard at all. It looks like it, but it's not. It's really easy. And that's one thing that I like about Johanna Lindahl is her stuff is so beautiful. And she has a lot of lace work in it, but it is so easy. Like, so easy. She makes it like mindless to do it. Okay, not mindless, but you know what I mean. It's not so hard. So yeah, that is that. I feel like I'm flying through this stuff like fast. Maybe because I didn't really do a lot this week. And I started a washcloth. I was sitting here watching the kids and while they played, which I got to clean my playroom, and it is spotless right now, and I'm loving it. So I was going to start another washcloth, and I'm only a few rows in. And those colors are kind of washing out a little bit. The green is a little bit brighter. So is the red. They're just a little bit darker in hue. And this is this Peaches and Cream? Or Lilies and Cream? I can't remember which brand, but I know it's freshly pressed. So this is probably the Peaches and Cream, I think. That's what I showed last week. Pretty sure. And I just did the same as I did in the last, with my last ones. I chained 34, used a chain 2, and just crocheted across. And I'll go for 19 rows until I get a nice square. I never understood it when I was. Oh my gosh. Yes. A nice, fresh, clean room is kind of the same as like getting in bed in nice, fresh, clean sheets. It's just that that it's amazing to have a nice, clean, like my house is clean right now. I mean, my laundry room still has a lot of laundry in it, but it's kind of clean. Like me and my husband were like, okay, we're going to kind of like get some spring cleaning done, even though it isn't quite spring here yet. It's like, what is it? 45 degrees outside, and that's Fahrenheit. So, I mean, it's still kind of chilly, but it is, we needed to do some cleaning to get rid of some of the old winter staleness out of the house, I guess you could say. And that is pretty much it for whips. I was going to start a pair of socks for myself, but I got distracted with the fox. And then, like I said, out of random last night, I was like, let's start a blanket, which is weird because it's going to start getting warmer, I would say, within the next few weeks. And me and warmth and a blanket is not going to mix. So I don't know how far I'll actually get on that. So we will move on to hoarding because I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, isn't that the greatest though? Like when your husband is like, I'm gonna clean. It's the best. You're just like, let's get this stuff done. Like he went through and cleaned my daughter's room. He cleaned up, we had some stuff sitting in the hallway that needed to go in the garage, and he got everything in the garage, and he helped clean the kitchen and did dishes. And I was just like, who are you? Because he never wants to clean, ever. So I'm thinking maybe it is in the air, like spring's coming, let's do some spring cleaning. So yeah, like the whole house is clean. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes. I'm just waiting. Like my kids are trying to destroy it already. And I'm like, no, not yet. So we'll start with something that I'm super excited about because I don't own any project bags that are actual project bags. I have like big totes and like stuff like that, but I don't have actual project bags. And I got my first 2 and I'm super excited. I got this from Lila Styles, and this is her Edward Allan Poe bag. How amazingly creepy is it? Oh my goodness, I love it. There's skulls and ravens and roses and thorns and just spooky, creepy stuff, and I love it so much. And inside, I currently have, which was an acquisition, or which is something I bought. I got some of the last Felicis, that is the fingering weight yarn, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And this is the colorway Hibiscus. I bought 4 of these, so I figured I would make myself some socks and maybe do Emma a matching pair. So I bought 4 just in case I want mine really long. I don't think I'll use 2 for her, but we'll see. I got that. And then also, I haven't even taken them out yet. The ChowGoo 9-inch circulars. I'm going to try knitting up some socks for me on those because I've already started the Emma's socks on DPNs. I don't want to change and then like the tension be really off and then they don't match. So yeah, I got these for $9 on Amazon and I was like, okay. And for it to be here in 2 days, I was like, I'll pay the $9 so I don't have to go out and look for them because that'd be like a 40-minute drive to my local yarn shop. And that's if they even have it. I mean, I could call, but still. Anyways, my next bag. I will tell you guys right now, this is like my favorite movie of, not my favorite movie of all time. It's like top 2 favorite movies of all time. My other one is Practical Magic. It's Hocus Pocus. Oh my God. How amazing is this? I love it. It's so pretty. And this is also by Lila Stiles. The only thing that kind of bummed me out on this bag is you can't see Binks. His head got cut off. And down here, you can't see Danny. So that's the only thing that kind of bummed me out because I was like, I don't got Binks or Danny on my bag because their faces are cut off. But I still love it. It is amazing. And I mean, who can go wrong with Hocus Pocus? I mean, seriously. I saw this and I was like, yes, yes, snatch it up. I cannot walk away. No way. And she also has like Nightmare Before Christmas too. And I was really torn between getting that one or the Edgar Allan Poe bag. But I love Edgar Allan Poe. I am not into poetry, but hi. I'm really not a big poetry reader, but I love Edgar Allan Poe's stuff. So yes, this is my last bag and it's holding, oh my gosh, I know. And the funny thing is when I was little and I watched that, I was like, ooh, he's so cute. And then as an adult, I realized, I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. Isn't that the guy from NCIS? Oh my God, McGee. I'm like, isn't that McGee from NCIS? And I looked it up and sure enough, I was like, what happened? He used to be cute as a teenager. Like, I had a crush on him. I was like, Zachary Binks is so cute. So those are the 2 bags that I got, which I will be getting more because, oh my gosh, I love them. They're not I mean, she lists them as makeup bags because they're not like the flat bottom bags, but honestly, I don't mind if they're flat bottomed or not because I just mainly want them so I can throw them in my my bag when I'm going out. So flat bottom isn't really that big of a deal for me. So this is like my shining stars right now. I'm just like, I love them. So as you saw, I also got the Knit Picks Hibiscus, which I already showed. And I got this big old bag of Knit Picks yarn, which is their comfy fingering. So this is for the knitted knockers. So I got the Ivory. And then I also got Flamingo because I was thinking, see, that's like that's blowing out quite a bit. Like this is, I mean, it's not super bright, but it's pink. And I figured it's like a flesh tone pink. So yeah, I got these thinking, okay, well, not everybody is as white as me. Some people have pink undertones. So I got Flamingo. And then, ooh, I also got Parchment, which is darker. Like all these colors are like, that one's a little darker in person than it's showing up on screen. And then I got Dough, which is a nice, like, warm brown, like light brown. And oh, and then I got, this is coffee. So that's like a nice rich dark brown, which there is fuzz all over these because my son grabbed the bag and tried dragging it around the house. And then last but not least, I got black. They said that they they request neutral colors more often. And I felt like black would be good for, you know, like blending in with your bra because not everyone wears a white or flesh tone bra. So I also did black. So I think I got a good range of color for skin tones. So I'm hoping, like I said, to get 2 sets per 2-pack of fingering weight. So yeah, it's just, I have to get my brain to like do it. And I like not wanted to. So that is pretty much it. And life stuff, nothing really interesting happened this week except cleaning. Oh, I did do something. So last night I was watching podcasts and it seems like everybody is trying dyeing yarn. And I was like, part of me was like, no, I don't want to spend money on that. And like, I could completely screw this up and it would turn into a muddied, dirty mess and not even have usable yarn. But everyone's doing it and everyone is coming out with such gorgeous yarns. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I actually ordered 4 50-ball skeins, 50-gram skeins from Ice Yarns, which is 100% superwash wool. So there's no nylon. I wanted to get some nylon to do socks, but they didn't have any plain cream undyed. So I did that, and I got some Wilton's food coloring in the mail. So maybe next time I'll have dyed skeins to show. I don't know if I will actually like, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's like, will I sell it? Will I not? I know I've said I wouldn't in the past, but then another part of me is like, well, if I'm good at it, why not? I don't know. I could be terrible at it and everything turns out brown. So yeah, trying to think what else. I do want to do Hermione socks because I want socks. I want knitted socks. So yeah, I feel like I don't know what else to talk about at this point. And I feel like I've really, let's see. I haven't even been on a half an hour yet. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I've never had a short podcast before, like this short. So yeah, maybe I'll just chit chat with you guys for a little bit because I feel like, you know, for it only being 23 minutes, that's a really short podcast. And I felt like I bought a lot more than what I did. I did buy some Viking yarns. I gotta learn to knit. I mean, it took me a while to learn to knit, but once I got the hang of it, it was pretty easy. And I look up everything on YouTube. Everything. I mean, besides knitting and purling, for the most part, I've had to go to YouTube for looking up pretty much all the stitches. But I feel it's, for some people it's difficult. I don't feel it was. My issue was I kept yarning over and I would get gaps and holes in it. So I would get like random holes in my work because I would accidentally do yarn overs. So technically they weren't mistakes. They were eyelets. So yeah, it wasn't, my brain this morning is just, it's been a weird long morning, and it's not even morning. It's 2, almost 2. Normally I have so much more to share, and I don't have anything to share. I need to work on Pinkie Pie. It's sitting right here staring me in the face. I should probably work on that today. But I just started that blanket. I don't know. And I want to do socks. Oh my gosh. This is just insane because I've actually like wrote a list of all my whips, which for some people is not a lot. That is my whip list. And some of them I've already decided I'm not going to finish. Like my Parker Cable socks, I'm probably not going to finish. I have not actually tried doing the knitted knockers knitted, so I might try that. But I've had an issue with those because my tension is a lot tighter and on the pattern, this is my issue with their pattern, is they don't tell you what hook size to use. They don't really, I mean, they give you a gauge, but I don't know. I feel like to meet their gauge, I would have to use a giant hook with fingering weight yarn, and it's going to be like really gappy. And I'm not really, I don't like that. We are lucky. We have the world at our fingertips, and sometimes we use it for the stupidest things. But I like to use it for learning. I really don't know what I want to do with the knitted knockers. If I want to, maybe I'll make a pair knitted and then make a pair that's crocheted, or see which one I like better. Because with my crocheted ones, the stitch count is like way off. Like I have way more stitches than they say I should have. I think they said I should have 91 stitches. And at one point I counted and I had like 160 or something. So I need to figure out if I can even turn this in, because I know they have it so a certain fabric, like so the fabric lays nicely against the scar and feels nice, but yeah, I should probably contact them before I go any further, because I got a random tickle. I don't want to make all these and then they're like, oh yeah, we can't use these. That would be a pain. Oh yeah. I'm a visual learner too. Like I can read a book and do the pattern, but I always second guess myself. Like, is this right? Or I don't know if this is right. So I like to visually see it so I know for sure that I'm doing it right. And then, you know, I go from there. Of course I take advantage. Oh yeah. I mean, why not take advantage of YouTube? It's a free resource. Hi, Christy. Looks really nice. Thank you, Debbie. I just don't want to do a whole bunch, and because my gauge is too tight, they're like, I can't use them. And I do like 12 pairs, you know, like that would be a waste of my time and theirs. So we'll see. Let's see. 30 minutes. This is crazy. I've never gone through a podcast so fast. So I don't know. Hi. I don't even know what to talk about at this point. Because it's like I've gone through everything and it's just sitting here now. Hi, Rochelle. Seems like more people are coming on. Maybe we'll just have a little chit chat too. I really hate when my phone blinks at me. I'm trying to get rid of all the notifications. It drives me bananas. So what are you guys all working on right now? Or if you're working on anything, or what are some future projects that you want to start? Mine are all the sweaters. That's something I could talk about. I went on a pattern buying spree. It's hard. It's hard. I have to pick up and put down what I'm working on all the time. All the time. So most of the time it's okay. Sorry. Let's see what was being said. But yeah, I totally I have to stop a lot to deal with my kids. Yeah. Sorry, I had this like dude like obviously being real nasty, so yeah, I got distracted. So most of the time when I do crochet or knit, it's either in the morning, during nap time, or at night, or if my husband's home, I'll kind of ask him like, hey, can you watch the kids a little bit more so I can work on some stuff, which he's normally pretty good at. Yes, you're actually only like an hour away from me in Yorktown. Keep me entertained while I worked on this dang shawl. I will try, Lacey. I will try to keep you entertained. I'm making a sweater with a shawl and the ball. Oh, I want to make some. I went on a pattern buying spree, guys, like crazy. I bought like a whole bunch. I bought two Hohi Locatelli ones. Hi, Cindy. I bought the gemstone tunic. I bought two or three shawl patterns, two sock pattern. Like I went bananas on buying patterns. That's probably why I don't have a lot to show you, because most of this week I've bought patterns. A Gryffindor scarf. That is awesome. I took the test on the website and technically I'm a Gryffindor, but I've taken other tests and most of them tell me I'm a Ravenclaw. So I don't know, but technically I guess the official one should be right? I'm a Gryffindor, but that is awesome. Okay, an Afghan. Hi, everybody. I've seen the shawl on a ball too, and I've never picked it up, but it looks really pretty. Let's see if I can show you guys. Oh my gosh, my phone. Look at this. My kids got a hold of it, and my daughter was playing in makeup, and she got like, I always come out as Gryffindor as well. That's awesome. I need to get some more like Harry Potter merchandise because I like grew up watching those. Like I think the first one came out when I was like 8 or 9. So I like grew up with Harry Potter. And when the last one happened, I honestly felt depressed. I was like, it's ending. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna have Harry Potter. So I'm trying to clean my phone off because it is disgustingly dirty from my kids. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. A Hufflepuff. Hey, nothing wrong with Hufflepuff. They have some of the cutest characters in Hufflepuff. Let's see. That is so cool. A golden snitch pocket watch. That's awesome. Trying to go to my library on Ravelry on my phone to show you guys all the patterns I got, because that is technically, you know, hoarding. Oh my gosh, don't even. My oldest sister is old enough to be my mother. Like, I have an old soul though. So, yeah. Are you going? I have it written down to go to that festival because I've never been to a fiber festival, and that is the closest one. And I'm dying to go. I have it like on here. Don't feel old. You're just experienced in life. You're not old. Okay. True. I loved the Fantastic Beasts movie. I think it is awesome. And I'm really looking isn't there a second one coming out? I haven't seen it. Okay. So I got a bunch of patterns. So I got 2 from Emma from Potter and Bloom because she was having a sale on International Women's Day where you got 50% off her patterns. So I got this one, which is the Caravan of Love. Oh my gosh. And I think that is so pretty. I love the striping and color blocking. I don't know how far Shenandoah is from me, but I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours. I'd have to look. That's awesome, Cindy. We're your girls. I like that. And then the other pattern. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to pronounce this because I'm terrible and my house just woke up. So I also got this one, which is like the leafy shawl pattern. It's like Lilua. Yes, Emma.
I'm sorry. I didn't get
I have not made the Hotel of Bees, and I really want to. Yes, Emma.
So I wake Dad up, and I wake Colin up. So
it's all right. And then let's see what other. I also got the Treasure Island shawl by Hannah. Okay, and if you're an hour north of me, that's like 5 hours. That's crazy. Yeah. We'll see about that one. I don't know about that one. That one's a little far. But I did get the Treasure Island shawl by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. And then I got Sockmatician's Toe Up Sock Recipe. But I still feel like I am the same age. Oh my gosh. I feel like everybody, like, I know there's a few people that are like, oh yeah, I'm in like my 30s. And I'm like, really? I feel a lot older than I am. And me being like, oh yeah, I'm 24. Like that feels weird to me because I feel a lot older. Like I feel like I'm at least 28, 29 in my head. But then sometimes I still feel like I just got out of high school. It just depends on the day, I guess. Yes, Emma?
what funny I
You can spend more money at yarn. Okay, go have Dad help you. I'm almost done.
What's funny?
Ask Dad. But here are the ones that I got from Hohi Locatelli. Oh my goodness. So I got the Glacier Tunic. I am being very brave, and we will see if I can even do it. I thought this was gorgeous. I think it is so pretty. And then, of course, I had to have a cardigan. I want a really nice, pretty cardigan. So I went with her Old Romance one, which has lace in it. And I have no idea if I'm going to even be able to do this. But it is so pretty. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I love it. And I love the colors that she picked. You are not. Oh my goodness. My bones feel old. That feels old for sure. Oh, I got water. The ones by Hohi Locatelli are knit. So, like I said, I'm going to try, maybe not right now, but eventually I'm going to try and attempt to make those. I also got this one, which is by Keeping Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. It is the Jamie shawl. Oh, it's fine. You can get it eventually. Oh, that was another thing I worked on, but I just barely finished my fourth row, like my row that I started, and I just finished it. Here's the other one that's crochet that I think is so pretty. It's called the Gemstone Tunic. And it is it's made of cotton. So I figured that would be really pretty if I just made it short sleeve and got rid of the cowl neck. And that one was really pretty. I like that one. I didn't find very many crochet ones because I've been looking for ones that I can turn into like shirts. And I feel like a lot of crochet shirts, they all are like super duper lacy and you can't really wear them without a shirt underneath. And then I got these. Of course, I had to get Blurred Lines by Deanne of Addie Day Designs. Oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful freaking crochet sweater ever. It is amazing. Let's see, last but not least, I also got, oh, didn't even show up, the Blur Shawl, also by Deanne of Addie Day Designs. So yeah, I went on a pattern buying spree and I completely forgot about it because it's not like physically sitting in front of me. So technically, that is all my hoarding. It really does. And out here being in Virginia, the summers get very humid. And having layers is just so hard. In California, I could wear 3 layers of clothes in the middle of summer. And yes, I was hot, but it was not like hot the way it is here. Because of the humidity, it's just like you walk outside and you're instantly just wet and it's gross. So every extra layer just makes that worse. Where California, it's more of a drier heat, so you don't get the humidity very often. So can wear 3 layers and be fine, as long as they're short sleeved. Yes, it is like breathing water. You're just like, it gets so hard to breathe when it's humid out. And I've noticed we've had a couple days like that here with it being cold. And I was just like walking and all of a sudden I'm like, like I can't breathe. And I'm just like, gosh, this humidity is like, it sucks. And it's worse when you're by the water too. Oh my God. Yeah, I wish. We own our home, so running the air conditioner all day, it ends up being really expensive. So, and because our house has really crappy insulation, it gets, like I said, it gets expensive. Yes, exactly. It's like you walked outside and you just got out of a shower. I would love to live somewhere that has a decent summer, that is not ridiculously humid, that is not 110 degrees in, you know, summer. It was just, ugh. It's like, can I just go to a place that like the hottest part of winter gets to like 85 and not humid? Like that would be a perfect summer day for me. Oh my God. Well, that's in Disney World is in Florida, so I can imagine how humid it would be. See, and I'm the opposite. My husband is like, keep it at like 78, 80 degrees. And I'm like, knock that sucker down to 73. So we always fight over the AC during summer. Santa Barbara. Oh my gosh. Santa Barbara, yeah. Well, no, Santa Barbara is in California, and it can get pretty hot there too. Like, I want to, like, can I just go to Alaska or Canada where they get like winter, you know, 6 to 9 months of the year, and then just have, you know, a nice summer. Yeah. All the time. All the time. You know, it's funny because I actually came here when I was in like 11th grade and I went to DC and I was like, I would love to live out here. It's so nice. And they get a winter and blah, blah, blah. And then lo and behold, you know, 4 years later, I end up living here and I hate the summers. It is humid and the mosquitoes are terrible. Terrible where I live. I want to be a snowbird. I totally am. I was meant for cold weather. I got all this to keep me warm. I am meant to live in the cold. My husband, on the other hand, hates it. And he used to live in Arizona, which is even hotter than California. He's like, let's go to Arizona. I was like, oh, heck no. No. Let's not. Let's go to the snow. We moved here because my husband's military, so he got stationed here. So we were actually living in San Diego before we moved here in Oceanside, and he got stationed to Virginia Beach. So now we're living in Virginia. Yes, I could deal with it because of the no mosquitoes. Yes, Like my husband is a beach person. He loves living near the beach. He loves living near the water. Where me, I'm like, throw me in the middle of a forest with no mosquitoes and the cold, and I will be happy. Really? Vitamin E? I didn't even know that. I will do that because I have some vitamin E upstairs. So I will try that when it starts getting... My husband's a Marine, Lacey. Oh, no. So I wouldn't mind going to Japan, but my husband, I don't think he could make it. I don't think he could be able to handle the culture shock. Well, I think I would have a hard time too because I would have to learn Japanese. And as much as I think I'm good at learning languages, I'm probably not. I mean, I took 3 years of Spanish and I know hardly anything. That's nice. The UK seems to have very moderate weather, like all year long. I will definitely try that vitamin E trick because I have scars on my legs because of how much I got bit, and I cannot contain myself, and I itch like crazy. And last year I was pregnant during summer. Or was it last year? No, last year I wasn't pregnant. It was the year before when I was pregnant, and I was also having an allergic reaction to my prenatals. So I was itching, and my legs are like tore up. Bye, Rochelle. Have a good day. Right? Oh my God, I would love to live in Ireland or Scotland. Oh my gosh, I would love it. I've seen like the pretty pictures of the countryside and, you know, the cliffs that overlook the ocean. And I'm just like, put a house right there and I will be there. Like, fly me out. I will drop everything and go. I'll just bring my yarn. Ooh, 40% off all yarn. I would totally go. But my husband would kill me. So have a good day. Probably won't be on much longer because my kids are probably running amok right now. That's awesome. I would love to live in Scotland. I think it would be so pretty. Yeah, I think trying to learn Japanese would be really hard. I think I bought a CD to learn Russian because, you know, for a while I was obsessed with learning Russian because of Salt. For whatever reason, I was just like, that sounds so cool. And I learned, like, I don't even remember anything at this point now. So learning Japanese would be ridiculously hard. Oh, Lacey, I know what you mean. Going to EYF. Everyone's been talking to me about it, and I'm just like, I wish I had the money to fly to Scotland right now because, one, I would be in Scotland. Hello. And 2, yarn. So I'm jealous of all the people that live close to that. You know, like even on the island, the UK in general, like on the island. Joanne, stop tempting me with your coupons. That's so cool. I think learning languages is super beneficial, especially in our time where everybody like speaks multiple languages, and I am unfortunate enough not to know a bunch of languages. Yes, I am totally jealous of people that live in the UK because they can, I mean, I don't know how far, like say if you live in England, like London, how far Edinburgh is, but I feel like in that island, you know, it's probably a few hours, you know, but I would totally make that drive. Totally would make that drive. Why wouldn't you want to live there, you know? I don't know how well like the gardening is there, but I'm sure I could make it work. Hi, Julie. I'll probably be on for like 5 more minutes and then I'm going to get going. I would love to learn other languages. Can barely speak English. I know what you mean. Like I'll talk to my kids and I'll try telling them something and I'm like, that was terrible English. Like, what am I even doing? You can put them on your phone. A lot of the times they'll scan it directly off your phone. And I like using the phone because once you use it, you can refresh the coupon and you could use it as many times as you really want at the stores. That's a long drive. Maybe not. 12 hours. That's a long drive. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize it was that far. I didn't realize, like, I don't know, when I think of, you know, the UK, I don't think of it as this huge island, but it kind of is. You know, like, I guess in the scope of UK to US, it's not big. Like, it's small, but it's still, what, at least the size of the East Coast? Like, or not the East Coast, but, like, New England area, and that's a lot of places. Yeah, definitely just use it on your phone. You can pull it up through your email or their app and they'll use them. I'm really hoping, because YouTube said that they're going to start doing the chat as a replay, and I really hope it comes up, because if not, there's going to be quite a few times where I'm just sitting here staring. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like those things that you compare your country to someone else's country, and when it's smaller, you don't think, you know, oh, this is actually like a 15-hour drive from one end to the other. You know, you think, oh, it's way smaller, so it must not be that long. My kids are watching Scooby-Doo right now. I love Scooby-Doo. Yeah, the last 2 lives I have went to, the chat showed up after, and so did mine after my live. Nice. Okay, sweet. So I won't look like a crazy person just sitting here staring, doing nothing. You have a channel, Sonia? Is it Sonia or Son? Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. I could be totally butchering your name right now. Okay, good. Bye, Debbie. And I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because we have now been on for an hour, and I am sure my kids would like lunch. So I will talk to you guys later. I will probably be having like a live crochet with me sometime in the week. So I will see you guys all later.